Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's Lucha Underground episode. This is Season 3, Episode 34, called Career Opportunities. And this was an awesome show tonight. I really liked tonight's show. And there was matches that I enjoyed. One of them was okay, and the last two were pretty good. So let's get started. The show kicked off with Drago versus the Mack. This was for an Ancient Aztec Medallion. Cobra Moon was also out there. And this match was okay. The match started with Drago just taking out Mack. He hit Mack with a DDT, and he went for the pin count. Mack kicked out, and after that, it was just the both of them going back and forth, and then just beating the hell out of each other. And what was really funny was Mack actually flipped off Drago. Gave him the middle finger, and they're just staring off. And then like I said, they were just back and forth, through the match. Drago got the win with the Dragon's Lair to Mack to score the win. And so Drago now holds one of the Ancient Aztec medallions. And after the match, the Mack, he's not happy about, losing the match. He gives Drago a stunner, and then he tries to give Cobra Moon one also, but Pindar and Vibora end up coming in, and both of them just start beating up on Mack. And Vibora actually gives Mack a choke slam, which lays him out. And then all four of them, just stand over him. Drago, Cobra, Pindar, and Vibora. They just stand, over him, for the victory. So, but all in all, it was an okay match. And then when the show came back from commercial, we saw Dario Cueto in the ring. He says that next week is the 100th episode of Lucha Underground, which is, really awesome. And he makes matches for next week. First match that he announces that it will be El Dragon Azteca versus Pentagon Dark, which that's going to be a really good match. Then he makes a match. It's going to be Worldwide Underground. Johnny Mundo, Taya, Ricky Mandel, PJ Black, and it's gonna be them versus Prince Puma, and then he's the opponent to pick his own team for the match, and he said the other competitors will be announced later on tonight, and the match will be for one Ancient Aztec medallion, and he also makes the main event match for next week, and it'll be Matanza versus Rey Mysterio, which that's going to be crazy. And then, after he announces those three matches for next week's show, he ends up calling out Rey Mysterio. Rey makes his way to the ring, and Dario tells him that tonight he has given, Matanza a little bit of a preview, and he says that Matanza will face the whole Rabbit Tribe tonight, and that he says he's going to send Rey Mysterio home out of the temple, so Rey doesn't interfere in the match tonight. And Rey ends up saying that he's not going anywhere, he's staying. And Dario says that if he does not go home, he will call off his match with Matanza next week, and he will fire El Dragon Azteca. El Dragon Azteca is one of Rey's mentors. So, well, no, it was Rey's. El Dragon Azteca is one of Rey's, mentors. And Rey says, he can wait until next week to have the match. He will leave the temple, and he also says that he will end the Cueto family legacy after next week when he defeats, or if he defeats Matanza. And he says, after he's done with Matanza, he is coming after Dario. So that's gonna be crazy next week with Ray versus Matanza. So, and then we move on to the next match, which in my opinion was the best match of the night. Really, really enjoyed this match. It was crazy. It was Joey Ryan versus Cortez Castro in a 5-0 street fight. This was for one of the medallions also. Best match of the night. You had police cars lined up there. You had the police block, any from either Joey Ryan or Cortez Castro to not go anywhere, not go up the steps, and it was just back and forth between Joey Ryan and Cortez Castro. You had Joey Ryan mainly taking control of Cortez Castro. He hits a DDT. Castro hits a DDT on Cortez outside of the ring. We see Castro pulling out, nightsticks, and he throws it inside. He throws it inside of the ring, and we saw Joey Ryan take out these handcuffs, and he started beating the hell out of Cortez Castro with them. He busts, Cortez Castro wide open from right over here, and Cortez is just a bloody mess. And we see later on, Joey's trying to to get out of there, but the police end up blocking him, so he won't go anywhere. One point, you had Joey Ryan going under the ring, taking like this bottle of I think it was like sanitizer or whatever it is. He had like a white glove. He put a white glove on, and then he just reached up and grabbed Castro's balls, and he just started flinging them around. And then Castro just threw Joey Ryan into one of the shields, the police shields that they had, because the police officers over there were carrying shields, so they wouldn't go anywhere. So Joey Ryan ends up taking one of the shields and putting it on the side, and then later on Castro just put Joey Ryan through one of them, and it broke. Excuse me. And you had Joey Ryan going under the ring. He takes a sledgehammer, thinking he's like Triple H, and he goes to hit Castro with it. Castro moves out of the way, and then the sledgehammer ends up shattering the glass, the front glass of the police car, and Joey Ryan actually gives Castro a rock bottom on the hood of the police car, which that was really cool. But by the way, the thing with the rubber glove and the thing, it was like a sort of like a cavity search, because the crowd were chanting cavity search, which that was really funny. And another highlight of the match that was really, really funny was Castro takes this coffee, like a coffee maker, and he pours hot coffee down Joey Ryan's trousers, which that was really funny. And then he goes under the ring and he grabs a taser, and he ends up tasing Joey Ryan in the balls, which that was really funny. And the match ended with Cortez Castro. He takes mace and sprays it in Joey Ryan's face, and Castro then hits a running slam into the police shields. There was like more police shields in the ring, and Castro wins it by that. So Cortez Castro wins the 5-0 street fight, and he wins the medallion, one of the medallions, the ancient Aztec medallions. So, but it was an awesome match. It was the best match of the night, in my opinion. I really, really loved it. It was just really, really crazy. So, and moving on to the next match, which was the main event. It was the Rabbit Tribe versus Matanza. This was pretty good. I mean, the Rabbit Tribe were trying to hold down Matanza, because Matanza is a big, guy. He's a monster. Matanza was just, just dominating through the match. Some parts of the match with just being the hell out of the Rabbit Tribe. The only way that the Rabbit Tribe got Matanza, little down, it was they just kept on kicking him. When he was like in one of the corners, they just were kicking him back and forth, and Matanza was down at one point, and all three of the Rabbit Tribe tried to hold him down for the pin count, and then all you just see is Matanza just just throw them all off and kick out. So, but Matanza actually got the win, and he defeated he defeated the Rabbit Tribe. So, but all in all, it was a pretty good match. So, and what was really funny in that match, they started taking the Rabbit Tribe started taking Easter eggs and then just slapping Matanza with it. It was like confetti was flying out of it, which that was really funny. Then after that match, Prince Puma, we see Prince Puma in the ring. He announces his team members. As he is, as he goes to announce them, he gets interrupted by Johnny Mundo. He comes out. Mundo says he's going to take him to Slamtown at Ultima Lucha Tres, and Puma says he's taken Mundo to Slamtown before, and he could do it again, to Mundo. Mundo says he is putting his title on the line and asks Puma to put his mask on the line, and Puma agrees to that. He's like, let's do it. Let's have this match. Lo and behold, Dario Cueto ends up coming out and says to Mundo that he really loves that idea, but there is already a mask on the line match at Ultima Lucha Tres, and he says they need to have like a different type of match. Dario suggests that Mundo loves the Lucha Underground title, so Dario ends up suggesting to Puma to put his career on the line, to put Puma's career on the line. And we see Vampiro, he stands up and he tells Puma not to do it, and then Puma just hits a leg into Mundo. He takes down Mundo. He picks up the title, and he says to Dario that he is confident that he could beat Johnny Mundo, and he agrees to the stipulation. So at Ultima Lucha Tres, it's going to be Johnny Mundo versus Prince Puma, and then Mundo wins the title. I guess if Prince Puma loses, he leaves the temple. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty good match to look forward to. Johnny Mundo versus Prince Puma. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's Lucha Underground episode. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and until next video, I'll see you all later. Bye.